Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm not gonna lie, I was not planning on triple uploading today. I had just posted today's second video, which is usually anytime anything's going to break in terms of news, and we just got some massive news, surprisingly not for Call of Duty 2022, but instead Call of Duty 2023. Insane news, the first of its kind in so long, almost 2 decades actually. As we break it all down, if you enjoy the video at any point, let me know by dropping a like on it. And of course, if you're new to the channel, if you want to stay up to date with everything going on in COD, you already know I got you covered every single day with all that stuff. So feel free to hit that sub button, click that bell icon. That way you'll always know whenever I post a new video. But we've got some very surprising news, like I said, about COD 2023. If I go ahead and switch over to my Twitter screen right now, this is what's showing up on the timeline from Round Hill Investments. Activision is to delay next year's Call of Duty game, which is COD 2023, supposedly developed by Treyarch, likely developed by Treyarch. Infinity Ward is obviously this year. We just had Sledgehammer last year with Vanguard, so Treyarch would be the next up in line in terms of that 3-year dev cycle, right? So that is huge. The fact that we wouldn't have an annual release for a COD in 2023 would be groundbreaking, something we haven't seen in so long. However, they do say a new Call of Duty game is still set to be released this fall. That would obviously be MW 2022 or MW2, whatever they end up calling it. This is coming from Bloomberg. So Bloomberg's got a lot of, very high tier articles and information on Activision, especially recently with all the lawsuit stuff and everything going on there. Bloomberg has been a prime source for a lot of that stuff. And I see my timeline on the side right now blowing up because this is starting to surface. Absolutely massive news for COD. What does this mean going forward then if this does in fact come to fruition? If we don't have a Call of Duty in 2023, what that means, which I personally think is very good news all around, is that we would finally have full 2-year support for a Call of Duty premium title, and in this case it would be MW2. And as we've talked about several times on the channel already, as we'll continue to talk about throughout the coming months as we wait for COD 2022 to be released, a lot is going into MW 2022's production. This is one of the most hyped up games in the franchise's history, following up MW 2019, which is the most successful game in the franchise's history. The standards are high, and for all games to have a 2-year cycle, as I've actually said in previous videos, it'd be MW 2022. The content cycle already seems to be in full force with this game. We've heard rumors about how there's going to be a lot of old MW2 maps making their way back into the game. I'd imagine quite a few old MW2 weapons. Like MW 2019 easily could have gone on to see a Season 7, a Season 8. Ultimately, that content was scrapped. I'd imagine we see some of that pop up in MW2 because they might as well reuse some of the resources here and there. But if we don't have a COD in 2023, as this is suggesting, that means that MW 2022 is going to be a 2-year multiplayer title, a 2-year Warzone title going into Warzone 2, obviously, which is gonna be huge. More content than ever, a longer content span than ever, and ideally, once COD 2023, or I guess this COD from Treyarch, because who knows when it'll release, when that game does release, it should be polished. Treyarch should have a full dev cycle to actually go in and make sure this game does not have insane bugs. The content is ready, it feels smooth, polished and finished upon release, which we've been saying for quite some time. CODs probably shouldn't be releasing on a yearly basis, right? Because we want a finished game more than anything. Yeah, it's cool to have that hype in the fall and towards the holidays of, oh, there's a new COD, I can get this for Christmas, jump on with all the homies, we're playing. But if the game barely works, is it worth it? Probably not. We also have Tom Henderson tweeting about this a little bit as well. He said Activision is set to delay next year's Call of Duty title. This will be the first time in nearly 2 decades, like we just covered. It looks like a lot is riding on Modern Warfare 2, as I just mentioned, which we've talked about it before, how excited I am for Modern Warfare 2 to come to fruition. He also says the delay to Call of Duty 2023 will not only make for a more polished product, but the first current gen only COD title. Exciting times ahead for COD. So what we've also talked about a little bit in the past is the fact that MW 2022, this year's COD, very likely going to be releasing on current gen and past gen, so Xbox One and PlayStation 4, just because there's not enough current gen consoles out there to make it worthwhile to only release it on that gen. Sure, it'll be optimized for that. We'll have the console FOV slider. I'd imagine we'll have those new current gen capabilities with PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, but it'll still be available for those old gen consoles if you haven't upgraded yet or if you haven't chosen to yet. However, going forward into presumably early 2024, maybe even late 2024, if we're seeing a full year delay, At that point, there should be a stable supply stream of current gen consoles, and COD 2023 would not be releasing on a PlayStation 4, on an Xbox One. It'd just be PC and current gen, which would also be huge. Not only do they get that time to polish it and make sure it's fully set, but it's going to be fully and completely optimized and dedicated to utilizing current gen tech, which is ideal for sure. Now, we also have the official article here from Jason Schreier. I believe that's how you pronounce his last name. So we'll go ahead, we'll skim through this. Activision Blizzard will delay a new Call of Duty game that was planned for next year, as obviously we now know. The company is pushing off the release after a recent entry in the series failed to meet expectations, which would be Vanguard, obviously, leading some executives to believe they're introducing new versions too rapidly. So obviously a big deal there with the yearly releases. Activision is working on other projects to fill a gap next year. The COD for this fall, which is obviously MW2, is going to have a stream of additional content, so a year or two of content, and there will be a new free-to-play online title next year, said the people. Treyarch, the Activision-owned studio working on the now delayed game, will also help with the free-to-play title. I would imagine that's probably Warzone 2, but it could also be like Call of Duty Mobile potentially. We're not really sure there. Like, it definitely could not be Warzone. It could be something else besides Warzone, which would be very interesting, having another free-to-play title. Maybe that's something like with the whole DMZ mode for MW2, like that third additional mode that we've talked about. I don't know. All right, post-edit Zach here. Hey, hi, how you doing yet again? Sort of like filling in the blanks as I'm editing this and as I'm seeing new information come across my Twitter timeline. Charlie Intel, he also occasionally has insider sources for stuff. He says as far as this new free-to-play game, he has heard it's not Warzone Mobile. That's all they went into detail there, so take that for what it is. Still a bunch of question marks. Some crazy stuff there, though. Last year's entry, Vanguard, failed to meet expectations, as we said. And then also a free-to-play version released in 2020, Warzone, remains a massive success and may have drawn players away from the premium entries, which probably is not false. Activision remains autonomous, and Microsoft could decide to change these plans after the acquisition, which is expected to be finalized by the summer of 2023. Then, yeah, like, nothing too crazy there. But pretty important stuff when it comes down to it for MW2 getting 2 years of content, and also everything we got going on now with this delay, potentially a brand new free-to-play title. I'm sure we're still quite some time out from ever hearing about that officially, but as we get any new information on that, as we get any new information on COD 2023, the rumored Black Ops reboot, or MW2, obviously, all the latest COD news, you're going to find it right here on the channel alongside the latest leaks, updates, tips. It's all right here every single day. So feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like on it. It would be seriously appreciated. As always, if you want to check out any of my partners, be sure to use code IMMORTAL on all Scuff, G Fuel, Gamer Advantage, and Control Freak products. The links for all those will be down in the description below. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.